Hey besties, welcome back to another episode of Bestie Vibes podcast where we talk about everything that makes life messy, beautiful, and sometimes straight up confusing. We're your hosts, Lita and Shabana.
And today we'll talk about something that sneaks in into the relationship so smoothly without us even realizing it until we have to search in Google like, does he really care about me or am I overthinking? So what's really the difference? How can we tell if your partner is actually supportive, caring, or if they're actually controlling you in every way?
Well, that's the thing. The caring partner will support you. They will motivate you to do better, be a better version of yourself, and they'll have the right approach to talk to you. Whereas a controlling partner, they literally disguise their control as love, but it's not love. It's just all about power.
Yeah, like if your partner says, "Out late because I care about you, you're going out late," that sounds like sweet.
But if they tell you you cannot go
Yeah.
out, then we know what that means.
Yes.
Like you can't have like restrictions and certain rules that your partner needs to follow.
Ladies, stop texting or calling your partner every couple of minutes if they have already checked in with you. That could come as a controlling because sometimes we as women can also be controlling.
For sure, 100%. Like we're
We don't
guilty
even
of that.
realize it.
Yeah.
We don't even realize that we're
And
controlling. Another one is financial control. When you're asking your partner for money like a toddler, you need to ask for everything. That is financial control. I get it when one partner is better in,
like doing
taking
the finances
taking
and
in
like
charge and doing the right thing for for the household. But it's different when you have to ask
or like your partner's keeping track of like where the spendings are.
and if
Like
you
I
have to show
get.
your bills.
Oh my God, that's the worst. Like the credit card statement comes and you have
Yeah.
like a meeting, a one-on-one. Hey, meet me, meet me. Meet me in the
Yeah,
living room. What is this?
that's
What is that? Like
controlling.
I get it. Like with living expenses, like crazy.
Yeah.
So you gotta have certain budgets,
Yeah.
but that shouldn't limit you from like having the freedom to go and do a little bit of like extra spending if your budget allows you, right?
Yeah,
Like you
totally.
don't need to report back to your
No.
husband or to your wife.
No, and it goes both ways. But like we said, if a partner is good taking in charge,
Then let them take the lead. And but even then, I believe in involvement of both
yeah,
partners because life is so unexpected and
yeah,
life is short, honestly.
yeah.
Like God forbid anything were to happen to the partner who has been taking care of those bills and they're not able to do it.
Oh,
Imagine
it's
how lost the other partner will feel.
yeah.
So it is so important to do it. Like you can have one partner take charge, and
But
but
both
it's gotta know how much of the income you have and where it all goes.
caring feels like freedom. You're in love.
Feel happy.
You feel happy and you feel like you're just being supported in every way, whatever you do,
Respected.
respected. But when you're actually being controlled, it feels like restriction. It feels like being trapped.
You feel drained, like it's tiring being controlled because it's like you always have someone to report to. And sometimes we don't see that as controlling. Sometimes we just say, you know what, like this is just how normal relationships should be.
Yeah, and sometimes it's really important to communicate that. Sometimes if you just have a doubt about it, instead of getting frustrated and having like conflicts and fighting over things, we really need to talk about every feeling we have, even small or big, doesn't really matter. We just need to always communicate and say, this is how I feel, like you're making me feel this way when I'm doing, certain things.
Yeah, and if they understand it and they say, you know what, you're right, like maybe we'll stop and do something differently, means they care. But if they get offended and get defensive and say, like too bad, too sad kind of thing, then those red flags are going up.
You know what? Caring is thinking your partner hasn't seen their family for a while. I'll
That's
make a
cute.
plan.
Yeah, that's
If your partner's making plan with their family and you're like, no, I don't want to go, I'm
or
tired,
making excuses all the
or
time,
making
right? Like
excuses.
not again kind
Yeah.
of thing, right?
And then people stop making plans because they will try
They
to
want to
avoid
avoid, yeah.
conflict. And that's what it is. It's like you don't realize, but that's actually controlling too.
It's a big one.
And partner might not even go to do something with their friends or family
family, yeah.
because they're like, okay, if you're not coming, then I'm not even gonna go.
Yeah, see, that's what happens because you would want your partner to be there for you and to be there for you to meet your friends, your family, and obviously we have days where we don't feel our best and we don't
Yeah,
want
that's
to do that, and that's
understandable.
fine. But if you're doing this on a routine and it's like a
Yeah.
habit of you like making excuses, making drama, and using guilt tripping all the time, because I feel like women definitely
Yeah.
use that,
Yeah.
and not to call out any woman or call out any
Yeah.
men specifically, it just goes both
It goes
ways.
both ways. Okay, Lida, let's start a game.
Okay.
I'm gonna give you some scenarios. You gotta tell me if it's caring or controlling.
Okay, that seems interesting.
So your spouse or your partner doesn't like you to have male coworker.
Okay, that's
work?
controlling, I think. I
It
feel like
depends.
that's right. I'm gonna let me speak. Because you asked me the question.
Okay, I'm sorry. Yeah,
Unless you want to answer, but I'll give you a chance. No, I feel like as a caring partner, your partner should trust your choices and should know that you're gonna maintain a proper work relationship, whether it's male or female. But I feel like some of us may have that overly friendly coworker who make us feel uncomfortable. And if your husband is aware of that and you're also not comfortable being around that partner, like that coworker, I think then their concern is legitimate. And in that scenario, you should be able to respect their concerns and your
Absolutely.
concern and your comfort as well.
Yeah, you
So
have
like to your
respect that
point, it
decision.
depends,
It
right?
always depends. Okay, scenario 2. Your partner wants to dress you up a certain way, maybe because he doesn't like the way you're dressed, or maybe he just wants to dress you up a certain way, especially if you're going to some occasions.
Well, it depends then, because if you're telling me that he doesn't like the way you dress up, I think that's a concern.
Yeah.
Unless, yes, I don't like the way I dress up too,
Yeah.
and he can dress me up better, then if I'm okay with it, he's okay with it, let's go with the flow. Like I actually have a friend that will ask her husband to buy her clothes top to bottom. So when I say top to bottom, it's like earrings, jewelry.
No.
I swear.
And he does that?
And he has a good taste
That's
too.
amazing.
Beautiful dresses, beautiful shoes, and matching
that.
like purse. I know, right?
Yeah.
So he does that, and she's
Yeah.
so happy about it. And every time I compliment her, she tells me like her husband picked it, and I'm like, wait, what? Like, how is that possible? Because there was a video that I watched one time where like the husband's like surprising the wife with like a cute dress on the bed with like a note saying "Meet me at
my
8 p.m. for a
God.
dinner." I sent that to my husband, and I said, "Hey, like I'm waiting for this day." He's like, "Really? Like, are you really gonna wear something I buy you?" And I'm like, "That's a good question."
Yeah.
So it really
Yeah.
depends. Yeah, like if you're okay with it for your husband to dress you up, that's fine. It works out for both of you. Do it. But if your husband's asking you or your wife is asking you to wear certain like clothes to certain occasions, or you cannot wear this, you cannot wear that, I think that's definitely a form of controlling.
Totally. Okay, scenario 3. Your husband says, don't eat that burger. You need to lose weight. What do you think?
Oh my God, that's a hard one because it's like, is he really concerned about my health? Like, am I like really gaining weight and it's not good for my health? It's really stopping me from being active or like do my day to day? Or is he really like, does he care about my body image? Because my body is my body and
Yeah.
it shouldn't matter what, I look like.
You should
So
love
I
me
feel
regardless.
like you should love me regardless. But I feel like it, again, like if he's telling me, you know what, let's not eat that burger. It's not healthy for both of us. He's going to stop it. He's going to go on a healthy diet. He'll start gym or he will start like making meal prepping with healthy stuff.
Yeah.
Then that's coming off as caring because he's making changes in his lifestyle to
It's really the approach.
exactly. I think
Yeah.
it comes down to the approach.
Or sometimes maybe they want you to look great and they're like, they want to start a journey, like you said, a
Together,
healthy
yeah.
journey together. So that's okay because, they're just supporting. But sometimes it could come
coming off and saying you don't look good anymore, I'm not
Yeah.
attracted to you, then that's
comes
disrespectful.
Scenario 4. What happens if your husband says, you don't need to work, I'll take care of everything?
Well, I find that super cute if that's what you want, because there's a lot of moms out there that will sacrifice their careers and they want to be a stay-at-home mom, especially once they have kids.
Yeah.
So I think for the husband to offer that support, that's beautiful. It's caring. It's telling the spouse that I am fine with you being a stay-at-home mom, taking care of our kids while like raising them, while I can support for the family. But if the wife wants to work, she has goals and she wants to reach those goals and the husband's stopping it, then that's a big no. That's controlling because you gotta let
Not respecting their decision.
exactly. So
But I have a question for you.
Okay.
So what do you think if woman really wants to stay home, she doesn't want to work at all, and their man is like, no, you need to go work. We can have the kids at daycare working too. So we both bring home.
that
So
does happen. You're right. Wow, that's Oh, I don't know. Is that
like nowadays we see a lot of women, they try to have
yeah, they
job
want to
and
have a
work
career
and
and yeah.
career, so we don't see it that often. But I'm always thinking, like, what happens if a woman really doesn't
Well,
want to
I
work and
feel
their man
like
is like, no, you gotta work.
financially, if you need both partners to work, then you gotta really work it out and maybe do a part-time job or whatever. But why don't you answer this question? Because I answered all the other ones.
How about we let you guys answer this question?
And we will share some of your answers anonymously in some of our future episodes.
So what happens when you actually realize your partner is controlling?
If your gut is telling you something, you have to listen to it. And you gotta watch for patterns, you know? If it's a one off situation where, like, if you're out late and they're messaging you saying, hey, like, where are you? Are you okay? If they know your battery's running low and they just wanna be sure you're okay, then you know it's fine. But if they wanna be like a GPS tracker on you, like,
Love should be a mutual respect between two partners, trust, a compromise. It shouldn't feel like you're trapped.
love should feel happy. It should make you feel excited and be yourself. It shouldn't make you feel anxious or drained.
If you're still unsure about your relationship, please talk to someone you trust. Sometimes the outside perspective can really help you look at everything a better way.
Well, now it's your turn. Have you ever been in a controlling relationship or you've seen some signs and you're not unsure? Leave a comment below. Let us know. Or you can even send us a DM on our Instagram.
Please subscribe to our channel. Thank you guys.
Bye.